Welcome to the first video in the series where I will talk about MUNI Forward projects. For a little context, MUNI Forward is a program that is designed to help speed up transit service and improve reliability on routes across the city. For example, under MUNI Forward, transit lanes have been installed on multiple transit corridors, closely spaced stops have been consolidated, and bus bulbouts have been installed to increase the visibility of passengers to operators. Today we'll focus on the 5 Fulton Transit Priority Project, specifically the section in the Inner Richmond from Fulton and Arguello to Fulton and 14th Avenue. I have to clarify that this project is being carried out alongside the Fulton Street Safety and Transit Project, which is a project that includes the 5 Fulton project in addition to 2 other focus segments, from 43rd Avenue to 36th Avenue and from 23rd Avenue to Park Presidio. Those 2 other segments will focus mainly on pedestrian improvements. Now back to the 5 Fulton Transit Priority Project. This project will bring even more improvements to the 5 and 5R, which have a combined average weekday boarding of greater than 22,000 passengers. This phase of the 5 Fulton Transit Priority Project is the final phase of multiple rounds of improvements to the 5 Fulton route. A few notable improvements prior to this final phase was the extension of evening 5 Fulton buses to what was then the Transbay Terminal in 2009, the introduction of the 5R Fulton Rapid route in 2013, and the addition of bus bulbs at multiple stops west of Park Presidio and east of Arguello from 2017 to 2018. Many of these improvements will not only make trips on the 5 Fulton corridor more reliable, but will also help enhance access and improve safety to Golden Gate Park. Starting at Fulton and Park Presidio, 4 parking spaces will be removed from the eastbound side of Fulton immediately east of Park Presidio. 2 ADA parking spaces will be relocated to Fulton and 14th Avenue, just west of Park Presidio. Removing the 4 parking spaces will facilitate the relocation of the inbound 5 and 5R Park Presidio stop to the far side of Fulton and Park Presidio. From the perspective of a transit rider, this change will mean that there will be 1 less crosswalk to cross for those transferring to the inbound 5 and 5R from the inbound 28 and 28R or vice versa. This can potentially make for an easier journey toward downtown for those coming from the inner Sunset, as well as for outer Richmond residents going to the Marina District. However, those transferring from the inbound 5 and 5R to the outbound 28 and 28R or vice versa will have to traverse an additional crosswalk. This might pose an inconvenience for passengers coming from the outer Richmond who are going to the inner Sunset. As a sidebar, I want to note that the lack of a bus bulb at the relocated inbound 5 and 5R stop seems like a missed opportunity to improve pedestrian safety and speed up travel times on the 5 and 5R. The current conditions at this corner of the intersection does not make for a very pleasant waiting experience. The narrow sidewalk introduces conflict between passengers waiting and pedestrians passing by. The tall trees often plunge this area into shadows, and on top of all that, the continuous stream of fast-moving vehicles turning off of Park Presidio onto Fulton seems to make this stop a good candidate for receiving a bus bulb, which will help shorten the crossing distance for pedestrians and reduce dwell time for the 5R. Moving west, we come to Fulton and 10th Avenue. As part of this project, a bus bulb will be added to both the current inbound and outbound 5 and 5R stop. No parking spaces will be removed here. As a transit rider, bus bulbs are always a welcomed addition. Like with many stops on Fulton, it can be difficult if not impossible for buses to pull out of the bus zone due to high traffic volumes on Fulton. These bus bulbs will hopefully shave a little time off each rider's trip. At Fulton and 8th Avenue, only the outbound 5 and 5R stop will receive a new bus bulb. The inbound stop here at 8th, which is also the terminal for the 5 local on weekdays, will not be getting a bus bulb. Fulton and 8th is also the transfer point from the 5 and 5R to the 44 Shaughnessy, outbound to the Bayview District and inbound to California and 6th Avenue. Next, we arrive at Fulton and 6th Avenue. Just like at 10th Avenue, both the existing inbound and outbound 5 and 5R stop will get a bus bulb. The inbound bus bulb here at 6th Avenue will extend through the intersection of Fulton and 6th Avenue, and also provide a pedestrian bulb to the crosswalk at the near side of this intersection, helping to shorten the crossing distance and increase pedestrian visibility to motorists. As a result of adding the inbound bus and pedestrian bulb on the park side of Fulton, 3 motorcycle spaces will be removed while 2 ADA parking spots will be relocated. Finally, we come to the intersection of Fulton and Arguello. Here, the outbound 5 and 5R stop will receive a new bus bulb. This is definitely a welcomed addition because the offset of the curb on Fulton, immediately west of Arguello, requires buses stopping here to pull over much further to the right than a regular curbside stop. The inbound 5 and 5R stop here will not receive any changes. This wraps up our look at the 5 Fulton Transit Priority Project in the Inner Richmond. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like below and subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, keep on taking transit.